Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and there is awesome news in the world of Legend of Korra. Studio Mir just signed a new deal with DreamWorks Animation to produce 4 new animated shows. That's 4 different shows, not just 4 seasons of one show. So I'll do a breakdown of what that deal is, what it means for the future of the Avatar series, and for the future of Mike and Brian. I know you guys all want to see a ton more Avatar content, and based on a couple big things that are happening right now, this is what I think is going to go down. Bare minimum, they'll release the new Korra game that they just announced. The game's from Platinum. It's called The Legend of Korra. You can download it from the PlayStation Network October 21st, and on Xbox the next day on the 22nd. It's a super cool fighting game that I'm totally going to buy. It's only $15 in the online store. Like, it's basically a digital download. So I might actually do a giveaway for that. The main actors did the voices for the show. So it's Janet Varney, PJ Byrne, David Faustino. There's supposed to be a ton of really awesome Bolin jokes. There's even like a Fire Ferret's Pro Bending mode that you can unlock when you play through story mode. Actually, you know what? I think I will do a giveaway. I'll hand out some game codes or something like that. It's a couple of weeks away. It's not going to be till October 21st and the 22nd. So why don't we just say, make sure you're subscribed and just leave comments on my Korra videos. And whenever the game gets here, I'll just pick randomly from all the videos that I've done. I should have like 6 or 7 up by that time. Speaking of more Avatar universe content, Studio Mir totally just won the lottery. So here's the details of that DreamWorks deal. So they basically signed a 4-year contract to produce 4 new animated series, different animated series. Each one is going to get 78 episodes, just like Legend of Korra had. They're not going to be Avatar-based shows. They'll be new IP that DreamWorks and Studio Mir are developing together. The deal itself is just really interesting from an economics standpoint. Usually before this, you'd see a major studio like DreamWorks or Nickelodeon with a series they'd try to get animated overseas. So in the past, these small animation studios would be hired as subcontractors. They get like a small fee, they'd be way underpaid, and they have no creative input on the shows that they were animating. Studio Mir will be co-producing these 4 new shows, so they'll actually get a say in what the finished product looks like, and they'll have a share in the profits if it makes a lot of money. So it's really good for them. If you ever listen to any of the interviews that Mike and Brian do about overseas animation or anime in general, they talk a lot about the economics and politics of animating TV shows. So this really is like winning the lottery for Studio Mir. DreamWorks Animation is badly in need of a successful TV series right now. Most of their films have not made it big like Pixar or Disney. Frozen, for example, just became the highest grossing animated film of all time last year. So we all have to give high fives to Studio Mir for being just absolutely amazing at their jobs, and high fives to DreamWorks Animation for recognizing that. The big question is, are Mike and Brian going to be attached to run any of these new shows? The answer right now is we have absolutely no idea. They're probably not going to make any announcements until after Korra Book 4 airs, but they do have a history of developing their own IP, so it's possible that they could have absolutely nothing to do with this, but they are really good friends with Studio Mir, so it's possible that they could collaborate. Avatar, the original series, was basically how their relationship with Studio Mir started. The animation director on the original Avatar series started Studio Mir whenever Mike and Brian hired him to animate Legend of Korra. In order to meet the schedule that Korra needed, Studio Mir basically hired a bunch of people and became this really amazing studio that it is right now. So without Avatar and Break, there would be no Studio Mir. But that doesn't guarantee that Mike and Brian are going to be involved in any of this DreamWorks stuff, but I at least hope that they come on board as producers for DreamWorks. So the next big question is what does this DreamWorks deal mean for the future of the Avatar series? Right now, Nickelodeon owns the rights to all things Avatar. Like I mentioned in my Book 4 predictions video, they will totally keep producing the comic with Dark Horse and keep making video games as long as they're profitable. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but you have to remember, there is way more money in gaming than there is in films and television. A movie earning $1 billion is crazy, it's amazing, but games can make up to the tens of billions of dollars. So there's going to continue to be more Avatar universe content, but probably not on television. Here's a big question for you guys. If they rebooted Avatar in even like 3 or 4 years, but Mike and Brian were not attached to it, would you be as excited? I don't think that I would, but regardless of whether or not they do get involved with the new DreamWorks stuff, they're going to continue to do new shows. They actually just took a break from Korra Book 4 work to do a podcast with Janet Varney. If you're not familiar with it, Janet Varney has her own podcast called The JV Club. Usually her guests are actresses and female personalities from the entertainment industry. So the Bright Pod isn't really about Korra. It's mostly about Mike and Brian's lives growing up and some of their big influences. It is really cool though, so I'll add a link in the description. The fact that they recorded it during a break from working on Book 4 makes me wonder what they're up to. They already wrapped most of the voice work for Book 4, so at this point they're probably just doing touch-ups. The next big thing they've got coming up though is New York Comic Con. They're basically taking the show to New York Comic Con and doing a panel. They're really good about bringing concept art, so they're probably going to be teasing Book 4 stuff. I'm not really expecting anything super spoilery, but I will be doing videos for whatever it is that they talk about. The real big news is that there's a ton more stuff coming from Studio Mir in the near future, possibly some new stuff from Mike and Brian too. They've said for the last couple of years that they do want to take a break after Book 4 wraps, so it's totally possible that they could just unplug and take a long vacation. I don't think they'll be announcing any new projects anytime soon though. I think that would steal a little bit of thunder from Korra Book 4 since that hasn't aired yet, so once that airs and they're done promoting it, they'll probably start talking about what's coming next from them. I'm totally going to continue to follow their work regardless of what they do. They're amazing at building worlds, so hopefully their next series is some sort of action-adventure anime, or at least an anime series. So, last big question for you guys. Do you want to see Mike and Brian continue to work with Studio Mir, and what do you want those DreamWorks shows to be? I know we're all thinking of some crazy new adventure anime series. DreamWorks would not have hired a studio known for anime if they did not want that kind of look for their shows, so that's just something to think about. So even though Korra's going away, Star Wars Rebels is coming. That's going to be like the new animated show I do videos for. Be sure to subscribe to get everything, and feel free to suggest any new anime series that I should check out. But remember, Dave Filoni, who does Star Wars, used to work on Avatar: The Last Airbender for Mike and Brian. I like the idea that the Korra universe might have some small connection to the Star Wars universe. Rebels is going to be a Monday show though, so Mondays is going to be like a Gotham, Batman, Star Wars Rebels day. And since I'm still in the middle of moving to my new apartment, there's not going to be a Korra Q&A tonight, but I will have a new Doctor Who bonus video coming tomorrow morning. Episode 1 just aired last week, so if you're not watching it, you still have plenty of time to jump on. But in the meantime, click here for my Korra Book 4 predictions, and click here to catch up on Doctor Who. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tonight. High fives.